Okay. Hello, everyone. I hope everyone is doing well. Today we are in the session Azure Resource Deployment. That is the part of Azure administration. So my name is Gulnaz Mushtaq, and let me introduce myself. So guys, I have been Microsoft certified trainer since 2018, and I have trained hundreds of students around the world. And now I am serving the MCT community in Pakistan as an MCT regional lead. Okay, so currently I am serving the MCT community in the Pakistan region as an MCT regional lead, and also I am Microsoft most valuable professional in the area Azure. As far as my work is concerned, I have been working in the both public and private sectors, and as per my expertise in Microsoft is concerned, are in Azure administration, Azure hybrid administration, Microsoft Windows Server, Azure security identity management, and little bit about Microsoft 365 as well. So guys, on the left side, you can see my MCT trainer badge, and on the right side, you can see the regional lead badge as well. So this is my shield from Microsoft when I became the regional lead for my Pakistan. So they have sent me this shield. This is my MVP badge. So this is the Enrique Lima Award. What is Enrique Lima Award? It is a kind of award that Microsoft awards to people, the MCT, who work for MCT community around them. So this is a 1-year level role, MCT regional lead. So I got this award in the year 2022. So this is my Microsoft Most Valuable Professional Award. So if you want to join me on LinkedIn, it's a simple profile over here. If you type in, you can find this profile and join me on LinkedIn so that I help you in any aspect in the future. Okay, let's talk about this agenda. First of all, we are going to discuss what is cloud, and then we are going to create Azure Resource Manager template. Then how to apply to Azure Resource Manager template. So using different scenarios, like we are going to use how to get resource using Azure Resource Manager template by Cloud Shell, which is called PowerShell and CLI as well. So we are going to use different kind of scenarios. Let's discuss what is cloud computing. So basically, if we talk about the cloud computing, so it's a kind of services. Cloud computing is nothing but kind of delivery of services you can use over the internet, and there are as a whole about categories. So as a whole, there are about 4 categories of these services. These are all soft services. You don't need to deploy any physical infrastructure. So the first category is all about the compute. As you know about physical servers machines, you don't want to purchase the physical servers or machines. You can go to compute. Likewise, if you want to deploy, it's not applications. So compute is one of the categories as well. So everybody knows about the IP addressing, whether it's private network is concerned or is a other IP like that, to assign to devices. You can have the networking service from the cloud storage. So as you know about this, everybody is concerned about their data. Data is something to be protected. You are more concerned about data, right? So if you want to protect your data, and you cannot configure your physical infrastructure and not take care of physical infrastructure, because that comes a lot of cost, right? So in that case, you can go for storage from the cloud. And analytics is another kind of service. What is analytics? You know, when you deploy a physical infrastructure, you are concerned about your servers, how much CPU utilization are doing, how much memory is going to be used, and so many other things. So in the case of cloud computing, as always, the number of services, those are all operating over the internet, and these all are soft services. So in that case, you want to look at one of your servers, for example, one of your web server, how much that service is utilizing the CPU power. So in that case, you need some analytics to go through, right? So in that case, cloud is going to give you everything through just one platform. So basically, what is cloud? So cloud does not mean cloud sky. It is just the physical infrastructure, I would say the data center of some big companies like Azure, like Google Cloud, right? So cloud is something that you can go and deploy your resources using someone else's computers or someone else's data center. So why you want to learn cloud? So we are about the latest trends in the world, the latest statistics that says that 85% of organizations that still are facing the cloud skill deficiency. What does that mean? It means that 85% of organizations cannot find the actual cloud skills in the market. And by next year, the cloud skills are going to be enhanced. It is going to be about the triple as well. And number of growing every year is about 36%. Every year, number of cloud workers are growing. Okay. So for too much, these are some important terms which I need to tell you guys before going into the demonstration, because in this session we are going to have a rich demonstration of what the topic is today. So as a whole, cloud having 3 different kinds of services. One is infrastructure service, software service. What is infrastructure? As for the name, infrastructure means you are hired by a company and you work there, and there are a lot of physical resource to handle as an system administrator, as a developer, whatever the role you got. So in that case, are you capable of taking care of a lot of physical infrastructure, or you need a huge team for that. You need resources. So instead of going for a lot of physical infrastructure, you just go to the cloud, and cloud is providing all those physical infrastructures in the form of software services. That means that you can deploy physical infrastructure on a cloud platform and you don't need to and run all your physical servers, taking your physical servers or their cooling, their power, and other things. Likewise, you need to buy some develop some applications, and you don't need to go for again having some, and you don't need to deploy that app on that physical server. As a services are smart solutions, they are specifically for development environment with all languages by like Java, Python, PHP, .NET, all language. So software services are just like ready to use software. Example is Microsoft 365, and those are suite of services, and all are in form of software. Like if you talk about the Microsoft Exchange server, so you can have Exchange services as a software service that you use. You can have outcome ready to use for your company. So let's jump into the session. What are Azure Resource Manager template? First of all, let's discuss about Azure Resource Manager. Basically, when you deploy a resource on Azure, so what does Azure do? Azure always saves the resource template. Whatever the resource you are, that will save its template in the form of JSON. You know, the JSON is the language of cloud. So usually what I talk about, if I say JSON, so JSON is the language of cloud. So Azure saves its JSON code as in form of resource manager templates, which are called in short ARMs. And how these ARM will help you? Basically, these ARMs is good for you, for your team. So once you have created this primary resource, for the next time, you can have this template and you can plug new resource out of the previous one. It means that definitely you are using the existing resource manager and deploying the new resource using these templates. So in that case, you will see that your performance and efficiency will enhance. And the most important thing is the human error would also be decreased. So while you are doing this, if you are giving these resource manager templates to a team who need to deploy certain resources, so this will have these templates, they will easily deploy resources, and their administrative overhead will be reduced, and also there are less of the error. Okay. So we are going to deploy these many things in today's session. How first of all, we are going to deploy a disk resource. So this resource is just for an example. This is just an example resource, a test resource. So we are first of all going to deploy this one. It means that this is going to be a resource, and using this resource, we are going to copy its template. So once you have a template, so using this template, you can deploy different resources using different methodologies. The first methodology is custom deployment, right? So using this the sign up, you will get a form over there. You can create your Azure account, just verify through one at least credit card, just to show up .azure.com, right? Okay. So in my case, account is not going to ask me my credentials, like the email address that I used during my registration on Azure free account. Why? Because I am already signed in through the portal right now. Okay. So once you get into the portal, this is Azure portal. So I have a few subscriptions. What are the subscriptions? Subscriptions are basically those kind of amounts you are having in your Azure account, those credits you're having in your Azure account. For example, you go for Azure for free and you're getting $200 credit throughout the month. You can deploy as many services as you want to learn. Okay, so I am in my Azure portal and I want to create a disk. So this is just a sample resource. Disk does not mean that I'm going to create something just to use somewhere. It's just to demonstration. Right? Because it's something handy, you can easily create a disk. You can have a look at the procedure, how resource managers can work. Okay, so I am going to the search bar over here. This is called bar in Azure, and I am going to type in disk. Okay, you see the option disk, simple one. Okay, going to click on that, and I am going to create this simple option. Click on that. Just create means create. Add create. Okay, so based on my subscription which I have got from the Azure free account I have purchased. So first of all, I'm going to set my subscription. Okay. Second thing, the most important thing, where I need to deploy that disk. So I need to create a resource group. And this is a must-do thing. As you can see, this is static sign over here. And what is resource group? So basically, when we work on Azure, so Azure keeps all the relevant things, the relevant services into one container, and that's all resource group. Resource group is just like a folder system. When you are putting some data in your system on the disk, so you are not going to put everything on that disk. Instead of that, you're getting some folders to manage them well. So by default, Azure will always ask you to create some container to put that disk over there, because this might be for some specific project, some specific task. So how to get for the first time? So maybe I'm having already some existing resource group in this subscription, but now I need to create the one. I'm going to click on create option, and I should name as test resource group. Okay, you cannot give space. Space is not allowed. Instead of space, you can put the hyphen. Hyphen is the small dash on your keyboard. So I'm going to test resource group, and okay. So what the disk name is going to be? The name is, for example, is disk 1. Fine. What next? You know that Azure or all platforms are global domains around the world. So based on your requirement, so when you want to get this disk, in which region, from which this disk is going to operate. So I have so many options over here. So I can select anyone, but most of the times it is recommended when you are learning Azure. So just select this region, East US. So this comes up with all the options available for you. So for learners, this is going to use this region. Okay. Other reason. So we are not going to discuss everything in this short session because we are going to arrange so many other sessions about Azure. So I want to discuss everything, but I'm going to discuss main things. So I would recommend you evaluate your own options, just select options, no infrastructure, redundancy part. Just leave the source type and I would the size. For example, by default, Azure is giving me recommendation to create 1024 GB 1 TB disk, and its type is premium SSD. Fine. So everyone knows about the SSD. Premium means the higher quality. For example, I just want to have this demonstration, so I'm going to change the size to this option. Okay. So for example, instead of SSD, I need just a simple standard SSD, or maybe the standard HDD device. For example, I need standard SSD. I have selected the option as for performance standard SSD, and as far as the size is concerned, I have selected 32 GB and okay. Move on. As you can see now, my disk is standard SSD and the size is 32 GB, and I would recommend you to go for the next. All other options, just keep them intact, and go and review and create this disk. Okay, so this is the behavior of Microsoft Azure. First of all, whenever Azure is going to deploy any resources, first of all, you check the possibilities. If for some reasons you made some mistake, so maybe there's an error message here and it will project the error tab. For example, I have just left something important on basic tab. So basic tab will come up with a static red sign, so that will go over here and find what you have left or you made some mistake. So in my case, I did not make any mistake. So now it's time to create resource. Okay, so as you know, as you see, this was the process. I just have done everything manually through using Azure portal. So this is a portal process. I have opened up the portal and I have to do the graphical user interface. I have done everything, setting option, and now my deployment is complete. That means my resource is ready. Okay. If I can go to resource, so it will let me do this resource which I just have created, and where I created a resource in the resource group test-rg. Fine. Okay, I'm going to see how does my resource look. So basically, this is my disk one that I just have created, and these are some important features showing over here. Fine. This is the resource group. Let's say we want to create such another disk in the same resource group, or maybe in the new resource group. So how I'm going to do that? The first method. Okay, let's talk about the Azure resource management. First of all, for example, if I want to create more such resources, so where is that Azure resource management template? So the column in the resource is the template resource, and then go to the left side option, which is called automation. If I click on automation, you can see the third option is export template. Okay, click on that. So I'm going to generate JSON files for me, which I have initially talked about. The JSON is the Azure resource management file. So now system is ready for me. Once this is complete, I will go further. So this is basically cloud files. JSON is the language of cloud. But how cloud has been deployed? Basically, cloud has been deployed by using these many codings. So you can say that this is the complete coding for this resource, just called this resource, right? Okay, that system has just generated JSON template for me, and it's time to download this template to my system. So I am just a moment, just give me a second. So I'm going to share my whole screen so that you can clearly see how this template works, where it goes basically. Okay, so now it's time to download template. So I'm going to click on this option download, and it asks me, do you want parameters? Fine. So everybody knows how the parameters. What are the parameters? Basically, if I click on parameter is all the variables that are associated to specific resource. So the parameters, you need that parameter file that has all the necessary variables attached to this template. If you want to download, that's fine. If not, you can uncheck this option. But for this exercise, for today's session, we need everything. For example, we need template, parameter, everything. So I'm just going to download the whole parameter and that template file. So I click on download system to ask me where to save the template. So for I'm going to download this template in my download folder, and I'm going to save it. As you can see, this thing has been downloaded in my downloads folder, and if you want to visit your download folder, just click on that. It will take you to the download folder. So as I've seen, this is a compressed zip file, right? So first of all, I need to unzip. Right on that, extract everything in the same location, maybe, right? So when I extracted this folder, I got that parameter and template both files. And here you can see the type of files is named as JSON. Both of them are JSON. But I can edit them very easily. For example, if I have Notepad option in my system, all systems they have at least Notepad installed, right? So you can easily open up them and you can have a look at them. For example, first of all, this is the template from my one of the existing resources. Now I'm going to use this template for the future resource deploy if I need the same resource, same disk resource. So I can make some changes as per my how. So the main file is template. Template is the actual file that is used to deploy the resource, and the parameter is the file that is having all the relevant variables. Okay, for example, I need this parameter range. So it's totally up to you. Do you want to change the name of existing parameters or you want this as it is? So initially it was generated through this one resource, but now I want to make it as a generic resource for all my future resources to deploy. For that maybe I need this name variable to change a little bit as per my environment as this name. Okay, so this is just handy resource. This is a handy resource for today's demonstration. Maybe most of you are from a non-cloud computing backgrounds, so I'm going to demonstrate. But this is the part of Azure series, but even in future when you have expertise with Azure time, so you can deploy all resources using Azure Management. You can deploy Azure virtual machines, we can have machines plus networking facilities, everything. Okay, so I just changed parameter name, this type underscore name. Fine. Should I change in my TemplateFile as well? Yes, because if sometimes you are doing programming, like maybe you have done C++ programming, and maybe you have been working on the PHP. We all somehow work on the programming. So this is main template file. So as I changed my main this name in the parameter file, so it's important that should be same over here. It should be projected the same. For example, I have just changed this name to disk underscore name. If I find this thing somewhere else in my file, I can make it change it accordingly. Okay, so all others are just values. If this variable I just have changed, all other are values. Fine. Okay, my files are ready. So for now, if I just save all the files by editing, so now it's time to create my first resource using Azure Resource Management template. So the first resource I'm going to create using the Azure Resource Management template which I have extracted from the disk one. I'm going to create another disk. Fine. So now I'm going to do the search bar. The first method is using custom deployment. How? If I click on the search bar and I type in as custom deploy, the first option is going to show me is deploy a custom template. Okay, I'm going to click on that. When this shows you see this window it comes, so it's all about deployment. How many edits do you have? You can go to this option, build your own template in the editor. Fine. For example, in my case, I have to deploy that resource using the existing template I have downloaded already in my system, and I have made the changes. Now it's time to build your own template in the editor. So this is just like a template file. So if you know the code, you can start over here. But if you are having already a file, you can load that file. So click on load and just make sure this is for template, not for the parameter. So I'm going to click on load option in my case because this is just to load the template file. Fine. So I see I'll go downloads and there is my template file. This folder I have extracted and I'm just clicking on the template file and I am going to open that. Just make sure that everything is correct, everything's fine, and just save this thing. Okay. The most important thing here I need to change, as you can see, the disk name. For example, I did not change this name in the template file. Why? Because maybe in the future I want to use this for other resources. So initially this template is from my disk which I have already created from here. So definitely if I need to create a new disk, so name should change. Like in this case, default value should be disk 2. Fine. So I have changed this thing and now it's time to save this. Fine. So I can add a parameter file that my customer experience when you go working with custom deployment. So in that case, sometimes you need to mention the parameters. So in that case, the template file is fine. Okay. So yes, and now I just need to mention my subscription, for example. So you can buy this resource in any of the subscriptions, and in any of the resource group in the subscription, or maybe in the new one. Or if you want to create a new resource group, you can create this group in the new source group. So in my case, for example, I need to create the existing resource group, and all other options are the same. For example, fine. This name I just change in the parameter in the file. So this is going to show me this. Okay, I'm just clicking on this. So as you can see, when I created a disk resource first time, so there were a lot of options just to mention manually. But now in my case, I just use a template, and I just click next option. You can see the system is ready to create the resource. So let's create the resource. Okay, so this is a method. The first method of using the resource using the Azure Resource Management. This method is through the custom deployment editor. Now we are going for the second method. As you can see, this too is ready. If I click on resource, my disk 2 is already there. And if I want to see its resource group, test RG. So as you can see, as a whole, now I have 2 disks in this test resource group. One was the primary, and the second is using this disk template. Okay, let's talk about how to deploy the resource using Azure PowerShell Cloud or Azure CLI option. Okay, so in Azure portal, you can see over here, this is called Cloud Shell basically. So this comes up with two different options. One is for the PowerShell, another one is for CLI. So first of all, we deploy through PowerShell and then we will go to the CLI option. Okay, first of all, when you want to call this PowerShell through your Azure, so you need to click on that. Okay, for the first time, and you never worked on this PowerShell before. So this is going to ask you whether you want to start with a Bash or whether you want to start with PowerShell. Just click this option because I have been using PowerShell for many for so much time. So this is not in your case. So this is why it's trying to mean I have some settings to reset. Just ignore them. Okay, for the first time, when you are going to open this PowerShell, you are going to get two different options. One is for the Bash is for CLI, and the PowerShell is that PowerShell blue screen PowerShell. So this is a cloud PowerShell. For example, the first time I want this PowerShell. Okay, if this is the first time you are deploying PowerShell for certain resource deployment, so in that case, definitely you are going to upload the files from your system. So in that case, this Cloud Shell is going to ask you to create some storage. So say simultaneously, this Cloud Shell is going to create a storage account for you. That is very small, handy storage account you can create. So that you can put your script file or JSON files over here in cloud. So the cloud platform is going to hold all these files, and meanwhile, it is going to execute the commands for you. If you don't want to deploy storage, you just need this PowerShell for commands. That's fine. But in my case, I'm going to load those template and parameter files. So I need to mount some storage account. So do I have any storage account right now? No. For right now, I don't have. But still, I need to mount some storage account. Okay. What is the subscription? The one I'm working with. This, for example. Okay. I'm going to apply. Okay. So in subscription, do I already have any existing storage account? No. So should I just keep everything into this Azure account to create a storage for me? No. For example, I want to create the storage account by my own. So I'm going to select this third option. Okay, next. It's fine. So what is my resource group? My resource group is, for example, this one. Fine. What's my region? My region was East US. Fine. Okay, so what should be the storage account name? Because I did not mention existing one, so I should mention where the new one should be. Okay, so storage account name is unique around the world, around the globe. If I mention test storage, so maybe system is not going to accept this thing. Maybe it's already some existing storage account. So I can put something that should be unique. If I just mention test or something, it says no, the storage account name test is already taken. Why? Because all the storage accounts in Azure, they are unique. Okay, so I'm just putting as Corvit test something, right? Or maybe Corvit storage test or something. Fine. So this is unique, globally unique. Okay. In my storage account, where should I keep those script files? So I'm going to create the space location. So this location cannot be is not necessarily unique around one, but this outline should be unique. So this should be anything like you have created file share, flexible, right? So this cannot be unique. It's just anything you can do. Fine. So I have just made these many important changes for now, and I'm going to create. So now this Azure account is going to create a temporary area for me where I will all my files and I will execute commands so that I can deploy necessary things. Why? Because I need to upload those parameter and that template file. Okay. So let the be ready, and it is prompting something because it is going to take some time to ready, just a few seconds. Okay, so now you can see this prompt is ready, right? Because it says command at home and my name. Fine. Okay, just let me clear the screen. Just type clear and enter. Okay, I just have cleared the screen, and now it's time to deploy that disk3 resource through this PowerShell option. First of all, my PowerShell needs some files so that it can use those files and execute the specific command. So basically what I have to do is I need to upload those files. Fine. So for that I have this manage file option, manage files. Click on that. Upload. From where? From this download folder in sorted template something. And click Control A, select all of them. And okay, as you can see, 2 files have been uploaded successfully. Fine. Now it's time to make some changes. Okay. There are 2 different methods. If you want to change the disk name in the existing files, existing templates, and do that. Most of the time we avoid settings, right? Because that is the main template. And whenever we use that template, we change at point. Okay. I just have uploaded files. Now I want to see files and I need some necessary editing. And for that, I have this editor option. If I click on that, PowerShell asks me to switch to the classic PowerShell version. Why? Because this type of version that I have just shown you guys is very new and it's under some changes. And now we can switch to the classic one. So I need to confirm. So don't worry about that. The classic one has same options, just it's different as per this the icons and right? So it's the same. Okay. So I wanted to edit those files. How? You can see the software. It's curly brackets means you can edit your code. Now I'm going to click on that, and you can see I have uploaded 2 files here, and they are in it. Okay. These are system files, but my files I have uploaded are these files. Okay. First of all, I need to have a look at, for example, the parameter file. If I do that, if you need to change anything in the parameter, we have already changed the variables. That's fine. Go for that. But in case of template, you need to change the template. Why? Because this is a template from the previous resource, from the primary resource. Right? So I click on this template, and then on the right side, I can see the name. Okay. So just make sure that you have created already this one and this two. So now I need to create this tree. Fine. Okay. I have made these changes, and now I need to save this. How? Just do Ctrl S and your file is saved. And how to exit from this platform? Just do Control Q. Fine. Okay. If I need to go back again, just click on this template and just look at your template file. This tree, right? Its name has changed. Okay. Control Q to get out of this platform. Okay. Now I have 2 files: parameter, template, in my hands, and it's time to deploy the resource. So I am in PowerShell, Cloud Shell. Right? So later on, I will discuss about the CLI. Right now, I am in the PowerShell. So I'm going to show you guys the command to deploy a resource. But that is the PowerShell command. For example, I have the command saved with me, so I'm going to share with the session team as well, and they are going to tell all the important commands in the description. So now I'm just not going to type the command, instead of that, I'm just pasting the command over here for you. Okay, so this is a very simple command, which is called, it says New-AzResourceGroupDeployment. And what is the resource group name? Test-RG is our resource name, right? Okay, what is the template file? This is hyphen resource name is switch, and this is the name. This is a noun, right? Noun means name. Hyphen template file. What is template file? Not switch. Template file name is template.json. Okay, what is the parameter file? This one. Okay, the most important thing, if you rename your template or parameter files, just instead of default name, just put those names. Why? Because you have uploaded those files with that, whatever the name you put given them, right? But in my case, I don't change any default values. I'm just going to enter. Okay, now system is going to take some time, and after some time, you are going to get some messages. Okay, so that this has been created, and now if I just scroll this a little bit down, and here my script is there, you can see I'm just going to refresh my screen, and you can see this 3 has been deployed along with that small storage account that holds all our code file. Okay, so I'm just going to scroll up, and this was created by using the PowerShell. Now I want to switch back to the CLI. Fine. Okay. You can see the PowerShell option here. And if I click on this arrow, it comes up with Bash. Bash means CLI. Click on that. We want to check the Bash term. So Bash is a typical Linux terminal environment, right? So you can execute command over here just like you have just done with PowerShell. So why we are talking about both of them? Because few people, they have been working for many years in PowerShell utilities. Some of them are pretty comfortable with Bash as well. So both options are there. So that is the biggest thing about the Azure, that they come up with both options. Okay. So for now, I need to execute some commands. Before doing that, I need to change the template and parameter files first of all. Why? Because now I am going to apply the disk number 4. Okay. Just simply and click this these brackets over here. I don't need to change any parameters because this is all about the variables. I need to change in the template, and this time I need to change disk 3 instead of this 4. Right. So this 4 is my new disk. Okay. Control S to save and Control Q to come out of this. Okay. To verify again, I'm going to click on that, and now in the template file, you can see value has changed into this 4. Fine. Control Q. Okay. So now I'm going to type the command that supports the CLI instead of PowerShell. So there are different commands for CLI and commands are different for PowerShell. So both are not the same. Okay. So here I'm just going to paste command. Just make sure I have run. The most important thing is all the commands are the same, but when it comes to the noun means name. Name should be the one you have for your sources or your groups. Just make sure you have changed names accordingly. Okay, fine. Now we are ready to execute. And just enter. Okay, this is running, and meanwhile, I'm just scrolling this a little bit down, and I'm refreshing my screen. And sometimes we can see this code resource is created. So we have used 3 different methods. One was just normal Azure portal. Second was the system deployment. Third was using a PowerShell. And the fourth was using the Bash. Fine. Okay. So now everything is done. I'm just closing this PowerShell. Click on that, and I have about 4 resources in my test-RG resource group. Okay, and one last thing is very important is that when you work on Azure portal as a learner, right, and not in production environment. So this production environment is something else, but as a learner, work on Azure. So try to clean up your resources as you have done with the lab. Is very much important. It will save your credit. Okay, so now I need to clean up my all the resources I have been done. First of all, in search bar, go to resource groups. So it will take you to the resource group dashboard. So here you will see all the resources. For example, you need to clean this resource group. So you need to click on that, and you'll see the delete resource group option here. So I'm going to click on that delete resource group. and just copy its name from this clipboard and paste over here and execute delete command. Okay, now it's has time and system is now started deleting the resource group. And sometimes you will come over here and you'll see that all the resources along with its resource is no order. Okay, guys, thank you very much. One important thing which I need to share, I need to share my PowerPoint slides because there is something which I need to show you. Okay, so I'm also part of the learning community. I'm Microsoft Learn expert as well. What is Microsoft Learn expert? Is part of official Learn community. So if you want to be part of Microsoft Learn community, you can see a link over here. It is aa.ms/community Pakistan. So this MC community is a learning group. Everyone can join. So here we are having experts from different areas, facing problems, managing Windows Server or Azure or any Azure hybrid administration, 65, Intune. So you can post your problems usually here, and we will like to have you, right? And one more important thing is that there are some different events going on in as far as Microsoft Learn community is concerned. So we are going to announce all events as well. This is a learning basically on Microsoft Teams. So everybody is using Microsoft Teams these days. So through which are you using Microsoft Teams? You just